Coming from KUTV.com. Trump pauses enforcement of law banning bribery of foreign officials. But I thought he was eliminating corruption. I thought he was eliminating fraud. That's why all these people are being forced out of positions, right? President Donald Trump on Monday announced he had ordered a pause on enforcement of a law which prevents bribery of foreign officials. The 1977 Foreign Corrupt Practices, FCPA, prohibits U.S. citizens and companies from bribing foreign governments to benefit their businesses. The White House wrote in a fact sheet the move will increase the country's competitiveness in foreign markets. I don't think this is the best move. You pissing people off and you're relaxing the punishments for bribery, and you already pardoned a bunch of treasonous bastards. They're about to sell off the United States brick by brick before you can do it. Brick by brick. American national security depends on America and its companies gaining strategic commercial advantages around the world, and President Trump is stopping excessive, unpredictable FCPA enforcement that makes American companies less competitive, the fact sheet reads. U.S. companies are harmed by FCPA over-enforcement because they are prohibited from engaging in practices common among international competitors, creating an uneven playing field. So because other countries, they can bribe other countries and they can bribe one another, you want to be able to do it here. Brick by brick, they're about to sell everything off. Reacting to the move was Columbia University senior research scholar Richard Nephew. This is a horrible idea that U.S. companies do not want, he wrote via X. Sure, you may find one or two, but most appreciate the fact that FCPA allows them to be firm in refusing bribes because most private sector companies sensibly see bribery as an unproductive cost. Plus, the more they're bribing, the higher those prices are going to have to be in order for them to be able to pay off the bribes. And if you think bribery is going to bring you a raise, it's not. It's not. it's not. Okay, you're going to get what Musk is doing on a grand scale all over the place. Paying for access here, paying for access there, paying for access everywhere. The United States should not try to outcompete bad guys in bribery, he added. We should try to level the playing field up to counter bribery, consistent with our obligations under UNCAC, etc. Also reacting was attorney Joseph Azam, FCPA lawyer here for approximately 2 decades, he wrote via X. Helped draft the first practice guide for this area of law, served as lead anti-bribery lawyer for one of the world's biggest banks during one of the biggest FCPA industry sweeps. This is a big deal / very bad for America and the rule of law. Trump's move is the latest shakeup in the U.S. international relationships. The president this month applied and then paused 2 25% tariffs on goods from Canada and Mexico. Each country's leaders negotiated with Trump for an agreement without the tariffs. They out-negotiated Trump. They promised him things that we're already doing. And Trump took it on the chin as a win. And let's keep in mind, pulling back on this right now comes on the heels of former Senator Bob Menendez being found guilty and then sentenced regarding bribery, receiving bribes from the Egyptian government. While Trump is still saying he's rooting out fraud and corruption, etc., etc. The president on Monday also slapped a 25% tariff on all foreign steel and aluminum. The U.S. acquires most of its steel from Canada, Brazil, and Mexico, and Canada supplies the majority of its aluminum. He just going to keep trying to backdoor this, but you were also trying to work on a deal between Japan and the United States regarding steel. Like, you just keep shooting yourself and the country in the foot. We're not that rich right now, Trump said of his decision. We owe $36 trillion. That's because we let all these nations take advantage of us. Same thing like $200 billion with Canada. We owe $300 billion. We have a deficit with Mexico of $350 billion. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let that happen. We've been in debt. China owns us, but you keep trying to fuck with China. Like China won't come and debo the fuck out of our shit and collect. We owe everybody. But Trump wants to get on TV talking about we're the piggy bank. No, the fuck we're not. No, the fuck we're not. We are the teenager of these countries on the planet. And we got a little brother that's over there fucking shit up called Israel. And, you know, we didn't really want this brother, but mom and dad adopted him and we got to live with him. But we owe everybody. We owe everybody real bad. Oh, yeah. And by the way, Miss Pam Bondi that said that there was no agenda and that if anything was illegal, unethical, etc., she wouldn't follow. Yeah. No sooner than she was confirmed, she disbanded the corporate task force. So, yeah. Happy bribing.